Hi friends, happy full moon in Scorpio. Today's Monday, May 12th, 2025. This is your oracle reading of the day. Happy belated Mother's Day. I spent the weekend with my family. And, in correlation with the moon in Scorpio, I have a moon in Scorpio at the 22nd degree in my natal chart. So it was especially interesting and activating for me. In my soul, in my initiatory web of existence. And much of what I come into contact with, I notice many other people also come into contact with. Hello, Scorpio. What's the next one? I just got a Scorpio and Aquarius. Hey, what's up? These energies square in the astrological wheel. Pluto right now is in the sign of Aquarius. Pluto is a co-ruler of Scorpio. I have a Moon-Pluto conjunction, and I'm an Aquarius rising. So let me just, with all of that being said, I just have to speak about something in my life that has shaped me as a person, and it all started from whenever I was very young. Whenever I was about 4 years old, I started kindergarten, but I went to Roman Catholic school. And it was because I grew up in such a strict religious environment with my great-grandparents, who my grandfather was Italian and my great-grandmother was Slovak. And she was very superstitious, I wear her jewelry every day. I am so blessed by my ancestors, who helped me craft this holy container to pour these messages, these waters of the Holy Divine Mother out onto the collective. This is my purpose as one who was raised in the heart of the Catholic Church, to speak about such divine emanations all around us. Everything is of God. Everything answers to divine law. This is a fact. And it's my purpose here to embody truth so that justice may be delivered by the swift sword of Archangel Michael. And that is truly why I believe I have gone through such hell, trials, tribulations, and even still have to be speaking my truth to those who should be, protecting such a pure energy that is coming through me. And for me to bear this energy that my ancestors carried, this torch, generation after generation. I'm seeing this, it's like a cave painting out in, I believe, like Arizona or New Mexico. It was an indigenous cave painting of, it's like the path of the soul through the earth and how it goes through the earth, and like every generation has this torch or this egg, and it's the same egg all throughout the generation. Well, I carry that egg. I take this very seriously. And that is a depiction of Serpent Mound in Ohio, which I have been visiting recently. Like, I've only been there 2 times, but it's extremely powerful land, extremely powerful site. And there's guardians of the land at these holy sites, and there's many eagles around that area. So feel into that one. But I believe it's my duty to embody this holy energy and walk it on the earth and share it with other people as like a frequency, in the Mayan calendar, in Mayan time, in their Solkin, My kin number is number 104. I am the yellow cosmic seed. I'm the number 13. And it's my job to bloom at this time and share with you. It's my job to bloom, okay? Word up, I like kombucha. Yeah, I'm here to put in the work. I'm a missionary. I woke up one day and I was like, I'm a missionary. Yeah. Anyway, allow me to deliver a message. As a missionary of the Holy Mother that we all stand upon, the one who birthed us, the one who allows us to have such things as lungs, to take a breath, to be grounded and centered in one moment, to be grateful for having the breath, because the breath powers the rest. The breath allows you to fill yourself with goodness and grace. I'm just admiring nature. I'm watching bits of pollen drift from heaven. I like to see bits of pollen as the angels. Small baby cherubim that float down and just deliver a bit of joy. Joy in a vision. A shared vision that we could all have, you know. That's the beauty of the bandwidth. Hope I'm reaching you. Uranus and Cancer. So Uranus, right now, where it's in Taurus. It's near the most baneful star in the sky named Algol, and I believe that it's quite interesting that we had a surfacing. I don't quite remember how the video footage happened, but I was watching Stefan Burns yesterday where he showed this footage of a giant colossal squid, and the face of this squid, you know, it shaped its tentacles into this form where it appeared that it was giving this sinister grin. And I only glanced at it for a short time because I'm very sensitive, I'm very seeing. And on the Mayan, like planet Holon, however you say it, what it is it's every glyph on the Mayan calendar that's mapped onto our Earth. It's the Earth grid of the Mayan calendar. It's Mayan time, and that's what I study, man. For the greatest good of all. We're all in it together. And when one rise, all rise. So I think that this information is extremely valuable to a lot of people. The yellow seed glyph is in the Antarctic Ocean on the bottom left of the globe. And I've been visiting there a lot in my astral travels. Yesterday I was there during an Amrit live stream where he did a meditation. Thank you so much for that meditation. It was beautiful, and I was down in the Antarctic Ocean with my whale friends. It's lots of whales. And they're down there to hold the frequency together. They're there to hold this point in the ocean because they knew that this evil would be surfacing through the squid. And I say that because I felt it. Even in the little baby squid. And I was wondering, like, how large is a baby colossal squid? But they have these red eyes. And something about that was just not... I don't think it had our best interest in mind, to be truly honest with you. But it doesn't really matter what I think on that. Just a sharing, but, and I could be wrong. You know, I like being wrong. I welcome other words to be shared and expressed, because that's how we obtain unity consciousness, is by sharing and expressing. And if you have a disagreement, I'm all ears. For real. Because it helps with personal growth, and that's the sexiest thing on the planet, in my opinion. Just throwing that out there. I think we all should have things that, we think are good. How's that for a general statement? But anyway. It's funny. Yeah, I was feeling into that squid whenever it appeared on my YouTube feed. And I had this sensation that, I took notes. I instantly thought about alcohol. And I thought about... It was like first contact with an alien creature from the planet Algol. And it appeared through my Algol rhythm on YouTube, basically. I was like, damn. Yeah, it was a bit Uranus shocking to see this creature from the depths appearing. And it might shock others as well, because if they aren't spiritually and divinely protected through the light of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, amen, might need to get right there. Hold on. I love this combination. So we do a selenite wand, as a cleansing and a clearing. It's like using a windshield wiper. And then this is orange aragonite. Orange aragonite. I like a black tourmaline a lot. Black tourmaline. And this I got from the rock shop near Serpent Mound. Last time I went, it was my first time in the shop. Last time I went to visit the site was my first time in the shop. And it was really cool. And I used to work in a crystal shop, so I know what crystals want my attention, and this one called to me. It's a purple aragonite. I really liked it. He was like, man, it didn't take you long to pick these out, and by the way, these ones are new. We just got them. And I was like, of course you did. Boom. And here's a bit more selenite. I just charged these in the sun today. As a mother kisses your forehead goodnight. The best time to see the moonlight is in the daylight. For real. In this holographic world. So, as a feminine, as a being of nurturance, the feminine embodies the nature of the moon. The moon rules the sign of Cancer. And so, whatever, your nurturance that's imprinted on your body as an emotion, those emotions are what leave imprints on other people. It's like this lasting impression that one receives from another. It's how we communicate. That's why in Chinese astrology, water means communication. And why Aquarius is an air sign instead of a water sign, even though it is the one who bears the water, bears the information, bears the emotion, holds the emotion. It's the alchemical container from which the emotion is placed into. Scorpio is the very bottom of that container. It's like the bottom water. Cancer is the water on the top. It's the sunlight that dances on top of the water. In Uranus, the lightning bolt striking into the water, providing you with insight. It electrifies. It gives life. It gives fire. If it strikes a tree on land, right? But what if it strikes water? It gives electricity. That's your heartbeat in cadence. The same rhythm over and over again. Same rhythm, just like our earth has a rhythm, has the Schumann tone, has the Schumann resonance. That's the tone that beats throughout all of us because it beats through her. She's the life giver. You know, there's your Uranus, the sky god, with the lightning. It strikes the earth. The lightning provides the electricity to the earth. What on our earth conducts electricity? Gold is quite a fine conductor. Gold, you know, that brings the power of the sun. And for us to look at the sun, Father Sun, that which gives us warmth, light, and the ability, it's like a battery, right? It's the power source. It's the source. All of these suns in the sky are connected. It can all be mapped out. You know, that's astronomy. People have studied astronomy for thousands and thousands of years. Why? Because it's all connected. Like, we're all connected to one heartbeat in this sky, in the universe. More cards, please. Oh, I pulled two at the same time. Look, it's you. These are the realms of the earth and sky, and you in the middle, bridging it all between, you know. This is Serpent Mound again, tying it all together. I was thinking, like, what's the purpose of Serpent Mound, you know? And I think that the purpose of it was for our indigenous to harness the power of the sun in the stone, in these curvations of the stone. And something that happened at Serpent Mound that a lot of people don't know is that it was there was a coil removed at the neck, at the throat chakra of the serpent, so that they couldn't speak their truth, so that the divine feminine couldn't speak her truth. She was lied upon, and then, you know, this is your soul entering. Perhaps it's exiting. Perhaps it enters through the tail. You know, it makes its way throughout life. But this is where the hijacking occurred before the soul could eat the egg, before the egg could be inserted. Perhaps this isn't the mouth at all. Perhaps this is the yoni. And this is the seed, right? The seed entering. But it was, there was a kink removed here before it was able to use this wormhole technology into the galaxy. I believe that's the purpose of Serpent Mound. Stick around my water bottle. Thank you. But yeah, and then Chesed. It's a sphere on the tree of life that represents grace, divine grace, holy grace. This electric blue, like Merlin wielded, the electric blue of Holy Mother. So right now we have the opportunity to embody this grace. Now more than ever, it's needed. Now more than ever. Here's a celestite. My great grandmother's celestite. It's from Italy, by the way. Sigil of Atlantis, along with Virgo. So the Sigil of Atlantis, I was thinking about this in the car. I was thinking about Atlantis in the car because I was listening to David and Leslie Shankman's Stellar Nations podcast in regards to the Scorpio full moon today and what stars in the heavens conjunct the moon. at this time. And they talked a lot about the male and female serpent lines. Female serpent star is near the full moon. And they said that the female serpent, and forgive me if I butcher this or anything, but female serpent is, male is the teacher, but the female is the healer. So it's like we're able to heal our own serpent, and by doing so, we're able to like harness the power of the sun, which we can use as like our nightlight in the darkest places. Like we charge our bodies with the sun in the day so that at night we can embody that light, and vice versa. Because if you are feminine, you're embodying the moon anyway, especially if you go out and stand under the rays of the moon. That's a cycle of energy that we are channeling through our technology. Our bodies are technology. That's a secret. Ooh, secrets. But this is all stuff that I'm just like picking up on from very intelligent beings, and also from the intelligent beings all around me every day, like the trees and the birds and my neighbors. You know what I mean? It's Jupiter Gemini. It's information right there. And it's higher schools of thought. You're able to share with your neighbors, siblings, those of a similar frequency. Those who have the ability to travel down the same electrical pathways that you have like, imagine that your mind is a labyrinth and you are an expert dungeoneer. I've played Dungeons and Dragons since I was 15 years old. I'm a fucking dungeoneer. And I know how to solve a trap and a problem. I think that I'm going to actually put together something that, you know, if the listener is interested in getting a reading, maybe I'll put together a group of people and we'll do a little mind mapping together to figure out the depths of your soul. Maybe it'll be a one-on-one thing. I just haven't decided yet. It was an idea that I got today, but I think it would be really fun. It would be like the most fun way to figure out, to get you back to where you need to be, you know, on your soul path, on your soul mission. But it's all within, and it's all you doing that. You know, I'm not going in there. I'm the nightlight. Virgo and Atlantis, this is the Holy Virgin. This is like keeping your vessel pure so that you can channel the divine energy that everybody has access to. Everybody can do this. Is the biggest thing. You know, it's not just me. I was born into this situation. I was born into my life path. And I am taking up the mantle. You know, my mother's generation had the opportunity to take that mantle up because this gift skips generations, apparently. I mean, that's just kind of what I intuited, was that like this type of gift tends to skip generations. But my mother's generation did not take up that mantle, so it fell on me, as well as much of the karma and burden to carry that karma and burden and transmute it. And so that's what I have done, and I'm continuing to do. And I am very grateful for these lessons because, you know, greater risk, greater reward, right? That's why we all incarnated on this planet during like legendary god mode. Here we are. Hello, my creators and equals alike. Let's get some more cards. I'm feeling more astrology. I'm on a roll with this astrology. Oh my god, 24 minutes. Yeah, it's incredible. you know, over this weekend, over Mother's Day weekend, my mom came up and I spent all weekend with my family. I had a great time. You know, I love my family. I'm a caregiver. I love being there for them all and just enjoying life with my family. And, oh, excuse me. And a little bit about me is like, I stay with my grandmother and help her do things. And in return, she provides me with a safe shelter. I dropped some cards and I think that I need to take them first. So I'll just put them on top. But, you know, my value systems is not supported in this type of society, this high society that some people believe themselves to be a part of, like foolishly believe themselves to be a part of. In this top-down power dynamic, and, you know, me walking this very holy path has brought out some real darkness within them, and with the way that they lash out at me. And even still, you know, because this type of thing happened to me my whole life. And if you're a person like me who incarnated into a family like mine, they will try to iron that out of you, but you can't stop something that was a part of the divine plan all along. And that is the biggest message that I had received, and the biggest confirmation was that, you know, I went to Roman Catholic school as a child. I was raised as a daughter of the Catholic Church for a reason. And me living this way is exactly who I was raised to be. So for them to feel as if my nature is evil is a direct reflection of the evil that they have within them that they have not yet purified. And for that, you know, we do pray for grace and we pray for deliverance from evil, because we are all one and we are all connected like that. So if you have, you know, people in your family who you're kind of noticing some things and themes that have run the course of time, you know, you have the upper hand whenever you start walking hand in hand with Jesus and developing the power of your breath, the power of your lungs, to develop the power of your diaphragm, to develop the power of your Buddha belly breath. And it's embodying both the form of the cross on your body, starting from the back and moving to the front. So you want to imagine that your body is a cross. Straight up and down and across with your shoulders. It's a straight spine, and it's your horizontally straight shoulders. It's the power of Archangel Metatron and Sandalphon. And it's allowing the breath to fill you, to fill your entire abdomen, to allow you to center yourself and like come back into the present moment and come back into your body, into your temple. In your temple. Yeah. I pray with my hands like this, as if cupping, as if it's like a shell. And if you notice, there's 2 holes here. I like to breathe, put my nose and my mouth into it. Okay. Leo, I will. 6th house. So this is Taurus rising. 6th house routine, I will routine. This is routinely choosing, you know, the sun rules the sign of Leo. This is routinely choosing the light. Routinely returning back to the divine will of the Creator. I feel like I'm giving y'all a how-to. And Jupiter, abundance. Because, you know, it's my path. My path can be many people's paths. But this is just an example, right? Abundance and third house messages. Wow, Jupiter is in Gemini right now. Okay. So you could be getting a lot of like downloads at this time. A lot of information coming to you now about like where you've come from throughout your life. What has like routinely, consistently happened to you. Yeah. It's the path that you've walked over and over again. It's like that cycle of repetition where you're like, man, enough is enough. Okay? Like I see all of these different paths. Like I've done that. I've done that. It's jack of all trades energy, master of none. You haven't decided to master anything quite yet. Because you're a regular enjoyer. You want to experience what fits the best. What feels the best. We have Grand Cross Provoker in Capricorn. I use. This is you taking this like provoking type of energy. This is the energy that's coming at you from all angles. This is you standing in the center and looking out also at all angles and deciding, where am I going to choose? I have all of these pathways, all of these resources that I can use at my disposal at this time. I have options, you know? I have options, and I need to really feel into where I need to be going next. Because, you know, bearing all of this in mind, understanding where you came from, you might need to leave some things in the past. And that's a big thing about Scorpio energy, is that it is transformative on purpose, because it frees up your time. It frees up what you're going to give your time to. Your time is your most valuable resource. I have a Venus in Scorpio as well. It's at degree 5, where Black Moon Lilith is right now. So I'm getting just so much information about transmuting like these darker energies that have always been present, but it's never been mine. The sun, your spirit. In Cancer, I feel, wow, this is gonna be a litty summer, you guys. Yay. Yeah, this deck usually gives me timing of things. Thank you, astrology cards. And this is the Black Moon Lilith astrology deck. So yeah, I think that a message from her right now is that once we're able to accept what is, accept like these darker energies and like the forces that they played on our past, we have the ability to take that energy and do something else with it. Like that's alchemy, literally that's alchemy. So this is you embodying the solar energy. This is you standing out in the sun with your hands out like this, like catching it all. You're pulling it in, just like Serpent Mound was supposed to do. This is you embodying the energy of the site so that you can live as that frequency and do on earth what it was to do just as itself. But it was supposed to be just like a piece of technology that is able to run on its own. Sorry, I'm scratching my foot. But they took that link out of the neck, so it's like it couldn't swallow the egg. It couldn't begin the digestion process in the belly of the earth. I think that we really need to fix this. We really need to fix this. I'm also going back to the squid with this Cancerian energy. And I feel like there is some technology that these gigantic psychic beings in the ocean can power, and it controls the ocean. Like they are the ones that control the ocean, the sea levels, the freezing and thawing on the planet. They control the moon. And I wrote some words down while I was thinking about it earlier. I was thinking a lot about the Vatican. I was thinking a lot about Tiamat. Tiamat, and like the triple goddess, right? So like at this time, I'll get back to the squid, we have the ability to channel the triple goddess, especially if you're connected to the moon. This full moon is a big one. Just don't allow the three goddesses that you choose to turn you into this Tiamat type creature, this Tiamat dragon. You don't want to be that, because like, let's say that you are worshiping some darker feminine. The darker feminine will then join in a power of three, and you will embody it. It's like the werewolf in the moon. I was thinking about Ma'at. I was thinking about Bast and Sekhmet. I was thinking about Isis. Oh my god, I was thinking about so many goddesses. Diana, with her purity. Where did I write this down? A couple days ago. Here we go. Diana, Artemis, Hecate, Ixchel, Isis, Our Lady Guadalupe, Venus and Nana. Beautiful. Thank you, Artemis. Gaia. That was on Blue Galactic Hand Day. I was channeling that. We can't forget about Sophia Christ, Mother Mary, Saint Anna. Yeah, the squid. I feel like they have the ability to control water. It's like the master of the water element. And we, living on the earth, have the ability to control the amount of sun that enters the planet. The moon enters through the water, but the sun enters through the earth and through the seed. So for us to seed the planet with our energy is so monumentally important for keeping balance on the planet. It's the yin-yang symbol, right? The ocean is the black, the void. There's a light in the void, but you know there's darkness in the light as well on the planet. There's that one little bad apple. Bad apple. You know what I mean? I'm over here, I'm just like, I'm staring again in the sunlight. It gives me messages. Let's take a sip here. And yeah, I feel like the technology of the pyramids had the ability to like use time dilation in accordance with the moon. And I bet that you know, those cylindrical ducts underneath the pyramids have the ability to use pressurized water. Curious what they use to do this water pressurization with. I still believe that it's like by understanding how to communicate with ancient alien life that's already on the planet and our oceans, like this giant squid. And harnessing it for whatever like powers. But you know, I think that the moon, like depending on how close or how far, it like alters time dilation on the planet and alters the pressure of spirit within our body and like the density at which we operate. So I mean, there's a lot of density on this planet right now, but why? And can we change the density? I believe that we can, but it, you know, starts with reclaiming our land. It does. It starts by reclaiming these ancient indigenous sites and saying, no more will I be controlled. No more will my vessel be controlled. You know, I am me and you are you, and that is that. It's perfectly okay to be different. It's not okay to try and force somebody to be like you. We're done with those types of power dynamics, and we will walk away when somebody introduces something like that to you. And I want you to say that more often. We're going to walk away from somebody who's trying to control me. It's not how time flies. Another thing that I thought was cool was that I woke up yesterday morning to the Tara Guru chant, and I just kept feeling into green Tara and feeling her love and feeling her acceptance. Oh, it was so good. We have the sleeping man, unconscious. Unconscious message. Interesting. Who's giving the unconscious message? The message to our unconscious. The message to our subconscious. Over time, the records. Another thing that I thought was very interesting was on all of these deep sea creatures, even on the bellies of whales, well, they have this like black and white pattern that they can manipulate in any type of form that they so choose. But more times than not, they take this form of like a man in black and white. Hey, Grammy. Records and journey, the labyrinth. So that's the journey through your Akashic records of the mind, of these pathways. These pathways that we're soul mapping, or mapping out, that we're dungeon diving. We're dungeoneers now. Pick a race in class. You're an incarnate. You're an initiate. In my Dungeons and Dragons school. Death. Skull. Death and detox. Frog. This is like, okay, I'm going to be blunt. By killing parts of yourself and like detoxing them, flushing them out of your environment especially, it's like mopping the floors finally, after you've been dragging your feet on doing it. It's like actually doing it. It's actually going through the detox. It's putting in the spiritual work to spiritually detox these parts of you that have been following you around lifetime after lifetime, waiting for you to leave the baggage at the door before you walk in. Because it just won't fit. I'm seeing a dog trying to walk through a door, but it's holding a really long stick and it's getting stuck. It's like, you gotta drop the stick, buddy. Period. You don't need to carry it through the door. You have lots of other toys on the other side. Like, just let it go. You're changing. You're like anamorphing. Literally. You're turning into a new human. It's a total evolution of the body. It's happening now. Like, it's happening to me. I drink a lot of herbal teas, and I understand now that I'm like a cross-breed human plant creature. I'm an earthling. I'm like this alien of the earth, but I'm mostly a flower. Victory. I'm not the only one like this, I went on a lot of plant journeys. I take a lot of plant medicine. I do it on purpose because I could feel a difference. Victory and wisdom. This is the earth coming through with this acorn and handing it to you and saying, go plant this tree. It will give you things. Have you ever read that book? The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein when you were a kid and you felt so bad for the tree, but the tree was so happy to be of service to that little boy who grew and grew. And as he grew, the tree shrunk. That's something that my great-grandma used to say to me, and that my grandma says to me today, is that, boy, are you growing or am I shrinking? And it's both things. And to that we say Jai Ma and thank you, ancestors, for giving to me, like the trees give to us. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This Mother's Day, I hope that you remember to give it back to your mother. Whatever she wants to give you, you give it back. Whatever that means to you. And that is equal balance. That is equal balance. Can I have a final message here? Aha. There you are. It was very subtle. The mountain. I listen to a lot of different YouTubers, and I was listening to the message that Diana Cooper was giving about the meeting of the Buddha and Jesus on the mountain, and that happens on May 12th every year. And while I was feeling into that, I was at the top of a Himalayan mountain, and I saw Jesus there with me, and he was wearing white robes with a golden sash, and the robes were just like whipping in the wind, and there were snowflakes, and it was beautiful. I wasn't cold. It was amazing just to be at the top of that holy site with such a holy man. It was exquisite. And then the sun came up, the sun rose, and that golden dawn was the Buddha. And the Buddha, the rays of that sun were the Buddha, and it touched us and warmed us, and I feel that warmth still. And it's the warmth from the top of the mountain that needs to be carried down from the top of the mountain, like a waterfall. Except it's the most gentle waterfall. It makes no sound. It just flows steadily, as if it's not bound by gravity. So it doesn't thunder down upon you, no. It does the opposite. It flows through you and out of you. So very subtly. And it moves in a wave type form. It's like a golden light that takes the shape of a snake and moves through you gently. Through you. And it moves down your feet into the earth. And you give it back to the mother. Mountains in the sun. Spring, the flowers. The flowers are what clears it. It's like this beautiful scent and the beautiful sight. Stop and smell the roses sometime. Might do you some good. Might clear part of your soul. I was speaking to somebody recently who said that they hated flowers, and I was like, I'm mostly a flower though. Have an open heart. Open heart and crowd surfing coming out together. After you come down off of the mountain, keep your heart open, because it is going to feel like you're alone among many. But remember your purpose. Remember that shining light on top of that mountain. That Buddha, that bright Christ consciousness. Open heart. Light at the end of the tunnel and entanglement. That's good. It's more confirmation. More confirmation that the sun will come in and it will shine down on you at your lowest point. You'll still be able to see it. No matter how far you've gone, you can still turn around and notice the light that is casting that long shadow. And then you can back it up, Terry, throw it in reverse. I've been saying that a lot lately. Back it up, Terry, throw it in reverse. You can like get out of this entanglement. Excuse me. It's really super pollen-y up here. Springtime in the Northeast USA. Yeah, I have a doily that belonged to my great-grandma, my Irish great-grandma. And I use it a lot, just like in ritual. I like to lay it down on the table. This is on my father's side, right? So I bring in the grandmotherly energy from both sides. Yeah, you have to. And something about these old weavings was that when they made doilies, lace doilies, they always made a mistake in it, so that if you were ever trapped in the weaving, you had an escape route. It was like leaving yourself an exit to escape when and if you ever needed one. It was like the escape hatch. So I feel like that's what this light at the end of the tunnel is. It's like the escape hatch that was wired, that was like built into the master matrix whenever the universe was created. And only you know where it's at because you were the one who wove it in. It's your life. Dungeon Master. Shema. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. I'm going to do a unicorn card, and then I'm going to wrap it up with an affirmation card and a Mother Mary card. Okay, I like this one. The Strength card with the indigo eye. You know, I've pulled this before and I've like thought about what color is that? What color is that? It's indigo. And I like the word indigo because it makes me think about other words that start with in, because the path of truth is inward. So indigo, inward. Incense. During ritual, I love incense. I just love incense all day long. And they, in fact, burn it in the Catholic Church. Sorry. I'm trying to not rub it in because it's just, you know, it's just really something. It, like, amazes me almost. The amount of hypocrisy that reside within those who follow the Christian faith and think that, you know, this type of stuff should be frowned upon whenever it's so divinely led. If only they took their own journey inward and faced their own shadows, you know. Divine Mother, grant them strength and grace should they ever decide to turn from the long shadow that they cast. Amen. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. This is having an attitude of gratitude and being thankful for the trials and tribulations that you had gone through to become the person that you are today. What other inwards? There were some good ones. Initiation was one of them that came to me today, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. I loved it. Do an affirmation now. Expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in my life. She's holding a lotus. And that soft pink light. Soft pink lotus. That's beautiful. It's finding the jewel and the light within your own lotus. Within the mud. The mud that was so fertile that it grew such a beautiful gem. This is you finding that gem. Love that. You found the gem. You found the light, the inward light, the night light that you can shine into the darkness. My kids have to have a nightlight unless they're sleeping in the same room as me. You ever notice that, parents? You are the nightlight to the next generation. And this light is, okay, hello. It's Our Lady of Promise. This white light is a promise to the next generation that you will be held in the love of a mother. Even if it's not your own birth mother. We do get what we need. And, you know, if there is no physical incarnate of the divine grace that you needed, or perhaps still continue to need, you can rest that this energy does exist. It courses through people like me. And it is also a disembodied force, life force, that this planet carries along its pathways. You have the ability to feel this love, even if it was never given to you. You have the ability to become this love and give it freely. That's the medicine that the serpent offers on this Scorpio full moon. We are all one. Blessings to you guys.